Hello and welcome back to our final video 3 on the shooting game. And this video is dedicated just to the one sprite, that of the parrot. So let's get on and start that now. So our parrot is the target, and we're going to need to have a moving target. We're going to need the target to disappear once we shoot it and to appear again in a different spot. And we want our target to be hard to shoot, so we want it to move around in an erratic way. Now I'm just looking at the size of my parrot, and I'm going to be needing lots of them. So I'm thinking that my parrot is still too big, and I would suggest possibly 30. Right, that's it. I'm going to have my parrot size 30. So let's see what we can do. Well, when I receive new game would be a good start. So here we go. When I receive new game, things are going to happen. Now we want to show the parrot. So let's go and do that. So we'll show it. And we want that parrot to be doing a bunch of stuff forever, or for at least the 10 seconds. So we'll want it to have a forever, and we want it to move erratically, both horizontally and vertically. So we want it to move, and we'll look for a move. And we'll look for it to turn. So we want it to move erratically, and we want it to turn erratically. Okay, so how can we make it erratic? Well, we need to go to the operator, and we're going to pick random. So we'll pick random for here, and we're going to pick random for the turns. And for the top one, it's going to be between 10 and 20 steps. So the speed is going to vary, and where it turns and moves is going to vary as well. So hopefully it's going to be quite a challenging target to hit. And we want to, if it hits the edge, we want it to bounce off. So we've got a bit of movement. And we want our parrot, if you remember at the beginning, it has 2 images. In fact, we go to costumes. You can see it's got 2 images. It's got one costume here and one here, so to help it to fly. So we want to show it flying. And in order to do that, we need to say next costume. And that will be here. So there we go. So it's going to be moving at different paces. It's going to be moving in different directions. If it hits the edge, it's going to bounce off. And we're going to see our parrot flapping away. Now then, we need to actually shoot this object. So to do that, we're going to have an if and an if statement. And so we'll go with here. And we'll put it underneath, still in the forever loop, but here. And we're going to be using our space bar as the trigger. So we'll need to use a sense, and we're looking for key pressed. So we'll have this. And so if the if the space bar is pressed, what do we want to happen? Well, we want to have a sound. So we'll go into sound. We don't want the bird sound, so we're going to get rid of that. We want to have something actually being shot at it, or the sound. And we're going to put in laser. And we used this one earlier. We're going to use it again. We're going to use laser 2. Back to the code. And when we press the key, we want that sound. We want to start that sound of laser 2. So if the key is pressed, make that sound. So we've got that sorted out. What happens if our target actually touches the parrot? What do we want to happen there? Well, we're going to go with another control, and we're going to say if, and we're going to put that under the second one, but also within the for loop. And we're going to say if it is touching the parrot. So again, we need to go to sensing. Here we are, touching, drop down, and if it's touching the target, so if the parrot is touching the target, we're going to do something. What's it going to be? Well, we want to hide the parrot that has been hit, as if to say that it's been shot. And we want to change the score. So every parrot that gets hit, we're going to be changing the score. And we want to be adding 1 to it. So there we go. We want to wait for about half a second. And so the reason for that is because once we've gone and shot our bird, we want it to disappear so we can see that we've shot it. But we actually want it to reappear again, so we've got more targets to shoot. So where is it going to go? Well, we will need to tell it to go to a random place. So we're going to go back into our operators, and we're going to pick random, both for the x-axis and for the y-axis. And I'm going to put these measurements in -240 to +240. So anywhere up and down the image here, and anywhere across the width. So -190 to +190. So they can appear anywhere on the backdrop. But we want them to show. So we'll need to click on show. All right, so that's a good start. But one more thing is needed. At the 10 seconds, we want all of this to hide. We want to hide our parrots. So when I receive game over, we want to hide everything. Or we want to hide our parrot. And we have that. Now then, that's all fine, but we're dealing with just one parrot. So what you need to do is, once you've got that code in, you want to duplicate. And I would suggest that let's duplicate up to 8 of these parrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. You can see it working now. So before we play the game, let's have a look at everything working. We've got the counter and we see it stop. And if we click again, we can get them going. So let's just see what happens now. If I go press, we should now click on the go. I'm going to press my space bar, and that does the sound, but it's going to be the target that gets rid of the parrots. Ready and go. And done. Okay, so that's the completed game. Get yours to work, and by all means go and tweak the code. So you might want the parrots bigger, you might want a different sound, a different end symbol. It's up to you. Go and have a play, but also have fun. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.